Welcome! This is Chicago Explained. I am Maggie Smith of The News with Maggie Smith, so let's get down and dirty. There is a long-standing myth that Chicago doesn't actually recycle. Word is that anything you put into a blue recycling bin isn't actually recycled, but is thrown in the same truck as the rest of the garbage. That there's no point in even trying to recycle because it all ends up in the same place. Like sorting your M&Ms. Blue, green, peanut, crispy, doesn't really matter at the end of the day, does it? Maybe you believe your recyclables end up where all trash ends up, the Wrigleyville Taco Bell. Is it a myth or is it true? Does Chicago recycle? The answer, thank Rom, is yes, Chicago does recycle. All right, we did it. We are curing the planet. We're in. Take that, Indianapolis and Gary. Not Indiana, just my friend Gary and I are in a fight. Okay, so let's take a look at who else is in our green little club, shall we? All right, so Seattle diverts 60% of its waste from the landfill. That is great, that's great. And oh snap, it says here that San Francisco diverts a whopping 80% out of its landfills. Nice work, San Fran. And then there's the entire country of Sweden, which diverts more than frickin' 99% of its waste from landfills. Unfortunately, it's in the form of IKEA shelving units. So let's see, how does Chicago stand? Less than 10%? Chicago doesn't even manage to keep 10% of its waste from the landfill? That's pathetic. That's the same percentage of people working in the White House who were working there last month. 1% for every day Anthony Scaramucci was there. To quote myself when I see my paycheck next to any man's, how is that number so low? Well, before we can get into what's going wrong, let's take a look at what's supposed to be happening. In an ideal world, here's what happens when you recycle in Chicago. Step 1. You put your recyclables into the blue bin. You know, things you don't want anymore, like a soup can or an old Cosby Show poster. Step 2, a truck comes to take it away. Step 3, one of 3 companies actually buy your recyclables from the city. Step 4, your recyclables, like you on Tinder, get sorted by both machines and humans. Step 5, your sorted recyclables get sold to whoever is buying, whether it be Anheuser-Busch to use old aluminum to make new cans, or to a company that makes notebooks out of recycled paper, or episode plots to the writers of CSI New York. Step 6, we did it! Celebration time! So crack open a beer and throw it in the river and burn a bunch of styrofoam, then take a 40-minute celebration shower. So what goes wrong? Is it the sorting machines? Is it the Russians? Is it frickin' Cutler? I swear to God, Jay Cutler. Is it that billy goat cursing another part of the city? Is this Kofifi? While all of those things can affect the recycling stream, actually, most of the problems come from step 1, us recycling. The majority of the reasons things get thrown back to the landfill is due to contamination in the blue bins. Contamination meaning non-recyclable items showing up in the bins. If there are any items in a blue bin that cannot be recycled, the entire thing could go into a landfill. I mean, that's like if you go on one date with a guy and suddenly you're not a real lesbian. Every time a recycling collector comes to your home or workplace to take away the recycling, he or she looks inside to check to see if they see any non-recyclable items. If they do, they may slap a sticker on the bin and leave it for a trash person, like Mel Gibson. If a household receives enough of these stickers, they get a letter from the city, but there's no real ramifications for anyone misrecycling items. And if you're like me and live in an apartment, you might not even know about these stickers, let alone receive letters informing you of your mistakes. Unless you count the ones my parents send me. But why can't the bad stuff just get sorted out? Well, it's precisely because of the sorting that those bins can't be taken. If there's enough contamination in the bins, it can mess with the sorting equipment, which I'm sure is what happened to me when Pottermore accidentally didn't sort me into Gryffindor. Hypodermic needles can get trapped in the machinery and also cause serious harm to any humans working in sorting. Too much food waste or plastic bags can gum up the gears and stop them working. Grease on a pizza box will make the water used to recycle paper oily, and we all know that oil and water don't mix. Like hot dogs and ketchup, or Channing Tatum in a shirt, or Indianapolis and being cool. So it's very important that the only items you put in the blue bin are recyclable items and those items only. It's like a recipe, except it's not a delicious chocolate ganache cake on the line. It's our lives, people. So here's a list of things that people put in the blue bins, whether by accident or on purpose, that can really mess stuff up. Number 1, stuff with greasy food all over it. Number 2, Starbucks cups. Even unicorn ones, guys. Number 3, hypodermic needles. What is wrong with you? Number 4, batteries or light bulbs, which can usually be recycled at most hardware stores. Number 5, do not put your recycling in a bag like you do for your trash. Recyclables should go bagless into the blue bin. Number 6, Ziploc bags. These are also plastic bags. Do not recycle plastic bags. Number 7, chip bags. These are plastic bags, people. Do not recycle frickin' plastic bags. Why do you have so many plastic bags? What, do you have an extra 7 cents lying around every time you go to Mariano's, Mr. Rockefeller? If so, my Venmo tag is at Margaret-Smith-39. Seriously, any little bit helps. For a better idea of things that can and cannot be recycled, go to the amazing and comprehensive website recyclebycity.com and type in Chicago. If the news that these things were not recyclable upset you and you'd still like to find a way to reuse them, first of all, congratulations, you are truly better than everyone else in the entire world. You are a beautiful unicorn in a sea of regular horses and you just saved a polar bear. Yay, you! And secondly, you do well to download the iRecycle app, which will tell you the nearest places to recycle almost anything. If, on the other hand, when I was talking about what can and cannot be recycled, you heard the sound Charlie Brown hears when adults talk to him, then grow up, jerk. We recycle less than 10% of our waste because of you. It's just rude. Great. And now the polar bear is dead. God, if I can't appeal to your sense of saving the human race, then maybe I should try a different perspective here. So here's some cities that recycle better than us. Baltimore. If you're behind Baltimore on a list of anything, that is not a good sign. Washington, D.C. D.C. is doing something more efficiently than we are, and they're just a collection of lies stacked on a malaria swamp. Albuquerque. Looks like they recycled some of their vowels, too. Scottsdale. Choose a first name, nerd. And Narnia, probably. Yeah, Narnia. The fictional land of Narnia doesn't even exist, and it's doing better than us. Before you say, but hey, most of those are way smaller, Maggie, first I'd like to remind you how fractions work. And second, I'd like to point out that it doesn't matter because New York and Los Angeles both recycle better than us. I mean, forget second city. At this rate, we're like 102nd city. Again, that Venmo tag is at Margaret-Smith-39. Thank you so much. All right, so what steps are being taken to fix this? Well, luckily, Chicago acknowledges its problem and is hoping to boost recycling rates with a new campaign this summer. The campaign includes postcards being sent to homes across the city with information on what not to recycle and an intimate dinner for 2 with Al Gore. The city is also in the process of changing the scary-looking orange stickers that get stuck to the bins and replacing them with new OOPS stickers that I'll let Chris Sove, the Streets and Sanitation Deputy Commissioner, explain.
It's not as punitive as tags we've used in the past that had more of a that black and orange feel to it, almost like a parking ticket. This one's just going to be much more education-focused on items we don't accept.
Last year, a new recycling ordinance was passed that requires all buildings to have a recycling plan and will fine those that don't. Chicago has seen a jump in numbers of places actively trying to recycle, but please remember that it all comes down to what is in the bin. It starts with us. So don't not recycle because you think it doesn't matter. All you gotta do is remember back to the 3 R's. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. Like Steve Harvey and jokes. And at only 5.8%, rest assured that at least we beat Indianapolis.